Hey everybody, it is tea time with the divas. So grab your tea, grab your coffee, because we're gonna get into it. This tea time is dedicated to Wendy Williams, her ex estranged husband, Kelvin Hunter, and also Wendy Williams, overseer, guardian, a court appointed, whatever you want to call her, Sabrina Morrissey. So although I do not want to see Kevin Hunter get a win in his bid to get payments resumed from Wendy Williams for his servants package that they agreed upon when they got divorced, his win might be an indirect win for Wendy Williams in exposing this guardian, Sabrina Morrissey. Now, Sabrina, she's slick, she's messy, and she is under investigation, but not for the Wendy Williams case, but for another case. So let's kind of get into this because she's refusing, so to speak, to submit financial documents necessary so that Kelvin can, figure out, was he rightfully no longer be given payments, because Wendy doesn't have the money, or does Wendy not have the money because somebody stole her money? So Sabrina, for whatever reason, doesn't want to give up these financial documents because I think, or I almost feel like I know that these financial documents are going to expose her. But so Kevin fighting this fight, although it's greed on his part, it might be a win-win for Wendy Williams, and maybe it will expose some people and maybe get some money back in her bank account that might have been depleted. We don't know until we know. So let's get into this. So in the dark, Wendy Williams, divorce judge, chastises her guardian for not handing over Star's financial records to ex Kevin Hunter. And like I said, I do not want this. I'm trying to, a lot of these things when you got to pause them, or else they'll get me in trouble. Although I don't want him to have a win, I want Wendy to have a win. So that's why we might have to take the hit over there so we can win over here. So Wendy Williams, divorce judge, has berated her guardian for withholding the Star's financial records from ex-husband Kevin Hunter, despite his repeated requests. The U.S. Sun can exclusively state that during a hearing on Friday, Judge Michael Katz told Wendy's guardian, Sabrina, that there would be no resolution regarding Kevin's divorce payments without her first handing over the Star's financial records to her ex. That's a beautiful picture, Wendy. As Kevin stunting for the court, honey, and as the guardian. So I know this is a difficult case for a lot of different reasons, Judge Katz said during the hearing. It's difficult for the parties, but also because of the physical, mental health, and financial issues. It's difficult for both parties, and both parties need to have this resolved. I think this case needs to go to arbitration, but Mr. Hunter needs discovery. Kevin 51 then suggested that Sabrina 59, who obtained guardianship of Wendy 59 in 2022 due to her decline in health, was purposely withholding the TV's personality's financial records out of fear of being exposed for allegedly pocketing her ex-wife's money. Miss Morrissey, and that's Sabrina, that's the guardian, has been given no reason for stopping the payments. If Miss Morrissey had tried to modify the records or the payments, that would be different, the television producer alleged. Listen, I'm not all 10 toes down for Kevin, but what he's saying is correct. That is one thing to say she doesn't have enough money to still pay you the $37,000 per month. It's another thing to say, and then, you stop paying that, but you reduce the payment, you adjust it accordingly, according to her new salary or whatever she has. It's another thing to just stop paying it. But also, it was my understanding that the document said if she was no longer making income, no longer working on the show, then he would no longer get the money. So I'm not quite sure now at this point, what was the agreement and what did it say? He's saying, I'm not just concerned about the money. She's come in and swooped in and depleted the account in that time, Kevin further claimed. This has become a real travesty. And it has, right? Court battle. The judge scolded Wendy's guardian about not complying with Kevin's request, saying clearly this can't be settled because the parties are in the dark. Sabrina defended herself, replying, "I've done what I can do under the New York court, but it's very difficult to put out stuff that's supposed to be private." So when this guardianship happened, because within the court documents, in order to get the guardianship, you had to expose Wendy Williams' medical, kind of report, so to speak. So they got it sealed. But, this whole guardianship seems like a scam. So I believe they got it sealed, not really because of Wendy Williams' medical records, but more because the way they did it was probably shady and shisty. Sabrina defended herself, replying, "I've done what I could under the New York court, but it's very difficult to put stuff that's supposed to be private. People won't settle if they don't have all the info. So I don't know why they don't have the information." The judge hit back. Kevin did express his frustration over the situation and claimed that his ex had more than enough money in the bank to resume the divorce payments they had previously agreed on. "It's been 3 years since the divorce payments stopped," the father of two noted before mentioning Wendy's latest huge paying gig, her Lifetime docuseries, Where is Wendy Williams, released earlier this year. "Whatever she signed made $500,000 plus. Meanwhile, Sabrina is telling me there is no money, but everyone's wearing the finest in the production. She clearly very in tune with production as she's been signing off on it," Kevin alleged. Katz directed his attention to Sabrina and said, "I don't know anything about that, but it seems to be that you have the consent of Wendy to get this resolved. And if Mr. Hunter was only offered 2 months of statement, it behooves him to know what's out there and to give what's been asked. An arbitrator will decide if there was a breach of Kevin and Wendy's marital settlement agreement. And then if there was, we'll need discovery to see any damages," he demanded. Woo. "I'm not just concerned about the money, but she's come in and swooped in and depleted the account in that time. This has become a real travesty." It is very sad, right? The U.S. Sun obtained exclusive photos of Kevin and Sabrina leaving the hearing, with Kevin looking pleased with its outcome and Sabrina appearing stressed. Earlier this month, Wendy's guardian asked the judge to put a gag order on Kevin's request, though Katz didn't entertain that idea at the hearing. "I request that the court increase the protection of this case and issue a gag order, thereby instructing Mr. Hunter not to speak to the press or others, except for legal advisors, about these matters, and to instruct anyone with whom he has previously discussed these matters that they should not communicate about these matters with anyone else," Sabrina demanded in her filing. So see, she wants to silence people. When people are quiet, they want to do things in the dark. That's very problematic. There's no more money, okay? And this all was, talked about before, how she claimed there was no more money. As the U.S. Sun previously reported, Kevin asked the court to intervene after claiming his and Wendy's marital settlement agreement payments suddenly ceased shortly before she was placed under guardianship. A source close to the mediation negotiations in 2022 previously stated to the U.S. Sun that during one meeting between the parties in December, the mediator informed Kevin and his team, "The reality is there is no more money." And that's sad. Like, how did her money deplete like that? The out-of-court sessions were supposed to resolve Kevin's claims that he is owed money as per his and Wendy's agreement. The insider close to the negotiations said that despite the mediator's statement about Wendy's financial affairs, there was no proof offered to them to support the allegation that the former Wendy Williams show host is broke. So, an update on Wendy. Wendy admitted in her Lifetime docuseries by discussing her guardianship, "I have no money. And let me tell you something. If it happens to me, it can happen to you." That particular statement was heart-wrenching. I recapped that documentary here on my channel, and we talked about this a lot. And that statement she made was so scary because it is so true. You have this prominent ex-former talk show host that worked hard, made a lot of money throughout her lifetime, and this is the end result, that people just came in and swooped all the hard-earned money that she made during her lifetime. Ahead of the docuseries release, Wendy's care team announced she was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, impacting her mental and physical health. The health update came 2 years after Wendy was let go from a talk show for skipping out on the entire 13th season. Wendy hosted the nationally syndicated talk show from 2008 to 2021, which was a long, good run. Listen, guys, that's the end of the story. Let me get this beautiful picture of Wendy up here while I close out. This is so sad, but as I stated, maybe the only good thing that will come out of this fight that Kevin Hunter is fighting is that the Guardian will be exposed, and perhaps the Guardian, once exposed, will be sued and will have to give Wendy Williams money, all of Wendy Williams money that she might have stolen back. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. And I will say, finally, y'all, when you doing this YouTube journey, it is like a business, and you have to really get all of your stuff in order. And finally, the paperwork came through. I'm super, super happy. Probably have like a little channel celebration this weekend on my channel, but my trademark was approved and it came through. So I am the official and only owner of the name Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. I'm super excited because now I'm going to venture out, make products, and do other things with my channel. So stay tuned. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Chat with me. I will chat back, and I'll see you on the next video.